What is going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome. This is the Pig Trail Network. I am Tyzilla83. For those of you who've been around and watched enough of the content, you know that, wow, this is different. Something's different. Can't quite put my finger on it. Well, our usual setup is in the master bedroom, and I've got a curtain set up behind, you can see it, the gray curtain that's behind me. So this is not normally where I record, obviously. So you can see the nice pictures of the family behind me. We had some wiring issues, some electrical problems in that master bedroom, so I was forced to move all my equipment, everything in here. And so I'm just going to have to record in here for a little while, so I hope you guys are okay with it. So, Jalen Hurd, former star running back at the University of Tennessee. You guys may recall, back in October of last year, after their third loss in a row in SEC play to South Carolina on the road, they lost, I think it was 24-21. Shortly after, he told Vols Nation deuces. He only carried the ball 8 times in that game. We'd find out later. I can't remember if it's through a deleted tweet or just through maybe the local media there. He wasn't really happy with his role in that offense. He wanted to change it up. Wanted to play something else, tight end or wide receiver. 6'4", 230 pounds or 240 pounds. He can catch the ball too. I mean, the guy in his 3 years combined, I think he had close to something like 50 catches, 6 touchdowns through the air. He can catch the ball. Okay. Jalen Hurd is an athlete. There's no doubt about that. Rushed for over 1,200 yards his sophomore year. Big things were expected of him in his junior season. And, thanks to some injuries and to some other things going on in that offense, he just wasn't as productive. So we find out today, April 22nd, that he's going to Baylor University. Yes, that Baylor, the very Baylor that has its own sexual assault scandal wiki page. Yeah. This is something that could still be lingering over the university, and it will. It's going to be a dark cloud at that university for a while, and you have to wonder how much of a distraction that's going to be because they still have some things going on. You still have Art Briles in the news here and there, and you still have some of these victims, some of these allegations that have yet to be answered for. You still have the possibility of these things going to court. You could see them settling things out of court. How much of that is going to be in the media? And we could sit here and talk about how, well, the coaches are going to shield the players from that stuff. No. You know why? They may keep them off social media, but they still have smartphones, okay? They still have their phones. They still have their devices, their laptops, their computers in their dorm. They're not going to be completely shielded from all that. So this could be potentially a huge dark cloud and a distraction for them. I mean, it is going to be a dark cloud and forever will be, as it should be. If you ask me, Baylor University is lucky to even have a football program. But so you got to wonder about that. The other side of this is their new head coach. The era of Art Briles and that offense and that high tempo and doing what they did, those days are over with. And I know he knows that. I know Jalen Hurd knows that. But I hope he did a little bit of research on Matt Rule. Matt Rule, this is a guy that played linebacker at Penn State back in the mid-'90s. Most of his career, his coaching career, was spent on the defensive side of the ball. Coached linebackers, defensive line, a little bit of experience coaching special teams. Never coached as a defensive coordinator, but then at Temple was promoted to, I think, offensive line coach, eventually to quarterback coach, tight ends coach, and then eventually the offensive coordinator position. He would then go to the NFL for a little while and then come back to Temple and be the head coach for a little bit. Didn't see a whole lot of success in the beginning, but his last 2 years, pretty good. They combined 20 wins in those last 2 years and 14 conference wins in those last 2 years. You know how he did it? He did it by playing physical football. He did it by running out of the eye. He did it by using 2 Jason Peters types. I'm not saying the caliber of Jason Peters, who's been a star left tackle for the Eagles. But you remember him at Arkansas. He was a tight end for a little bit. He's basically a third tackle. That's what he did at Temple. He had 2 big monster tight ends or guys that could block anyways. I'm not sure about their size. They didn't do that much digging, but they ran out of the eye. That's what they did. Now, he's at Baylor. And supposedly, doing a little bit of research, he's trying to mesh the two. They may still run the spread. He's just kind of, it sounds like he's just pouring different ingredients into a bowl and just trying to mix it up. They may still utilize the pro style, but they're going to do it out of the spread. I don't really know. But this is what Jalen Hurd is walking into, and then you've already got this dark cloud lingering over the university. There could be a distraction. And then you have this Matt Rule guy who's only a head coach for a few years at a much smaller program than Baylor, and he's your head coach, a guy that I'm not. Based on the research that I've done, I have no idea what that offense is going to look like. But Jalen Hurd will have to sit out this season. That's just the way it works. You transfer, you have to sit out. But he'll have 1 year to play because he played his 3 years at Tennessee. Remember, he was a superstar at Tennessee. 6'4", 250 pounds. This guy is an athlete. Pretty quick for his size. He's got hands. We know he can catch the football out of the backfield. But the thing you got to worry about is that Baylor knows this guy's got 1 year to play. You could bring him in and do whatever you want with him. I mean, what's he going to do, transfer? His senior season, his career might as well be over at that point. And I think it's over with now when you're going to Baylor and you're going into this situation. You're changing positions. I don't think it was a good move. I really don't. I think he should have stuck with, should have gone somewhere that likes to run the football, either a smaller school or maybe to another Power 5 school where you might get a pretty good shot at playing time early in 2018. A school that runs the ball and stay at that position. That's a position that people predicted when he went to Tennessee. And those first 2 years, there were people there saying he's going to play on Sunday as a running back. There were people not just there in Tennessee, but the SEC media, were saying that. This is a guy that will play on Sundays as a running back. So, he's overlooking all that. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming he did the research. I know he probably spent time with his family and spent time with the head coach. I hope he didn't just jump into the situation or jump into the decision, but I just don't think it's a good decision. I really don't. I think he's thrown it away. Could be wrong. I wish him the best of luck, but yeah. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video. I want to say thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, share the content that you've watched. And, of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button. Until the next video,